Yo guys, what is up? What is up? Dar is back in World of Warcraft, and this is my very first tune I ever made.
How are you?
There you go, he says hello to everybody. Yes, this is Karoth. This is the very first tune I ever made in World of Warcraft. He's only level 40 now, and that's just because I've been playing with him here recently. Just, you know, for shits and giggles, a little bit here and there. But yeah, I stopped playing him when he was about a level 8 or 9, and I seen a night elf riding a cat. This is back there in vanilla, and I seen him riding a cat, and I was like, oh, you can ride your pet, that's awesome. So I re-rolled an elf. Oh shit, I was such a noob. So anyway, I was on him, and you know, I was going to record a new In Search of the Game episode tonight, and the game I had downloaded and prepared for the series is downloading a massive patch, and it's gonna be a while. So rather than wait on it, I would have stopped it for now and figured I would go ahead and kick off bringing back Dar's Gold Guide from, you know, when I used to make the gold guides on TGN and a couple other channels, including my own personal channel. And you know, they were pretty big hits. So you know, it's one of the couple series I used to do for TGN, and it was fun, and a lot of people liked it. So I thought I would bring it back, since I am seeing a lot of what I used to do is still working. And it's working very well, and in fact, some of them have increased in the amount of gold they're bringing in. Now, I know gold is easy as hell to make in World of Warcraft. You know, you go out, you do dailies, you get gold. You do quests, you get gold. You know, you farm, you get gold. You sell junk, you get gold. You know, gold is everywhere, right? But some of these are going to be strategies, you know, on how you can, you know, log into a tune, spend 10 minutes, collect some gold, log out. Great for alts. Really good for alts. In fact, a lot of my tunes, at least right now, because I'm so busy, you know, I don't really have a shit ton of time to really play, and which kind of sucks because there's a lot I want to do here. But you know, I log in, I do my thing, and I get out. So for the most part, most of these videos are going to be about how to make money using the auction house. And then sprinkled in here and there, I know, you know, there's some other ways to make gold in game that we'll cover in videos sprinkled in with, you know, with the auction house. So before we start, this is video 1. Now there are some add-ons you're going to need for video for this series, and you're going to have to be using these prior to employing the strategy. So I'm going to have links down below to these 3 add-ons that, you know, two of them are a must, absolute must. The third is optional. Okay, so first you're going to need Auctioneer. And there's, you know, like I said, these are going to be, there'll be links in the description below to go to Curse and download them. First you need Auctioneer. And with Auctioneer, you're going to be running that. Let's just go right over here to the auction house. Now, you know, I haven't been doing it on this tune or this server at all, so I don't have any data on this tune, but that doesn't matter. Okay, once you get auction, normally you have these 3 tabs right here: browse, bid, and auctions. Okay, once you get Auctioneer, you're going to have these 4 tunes or tabs here. So what you're going to do is, if you click on browse, you'll see these buttons up here at the top. And what you're going to be doing, you're going to be doing this for a minimum of, say, 4 days, every day. You don't have to be on every tune, just on the servers that you want to run this these things on. You know, you want to make the gold on. You know, if you're on a couple servers, you're going to have to do it twice a day. But if you're only on one server, you're going to do it once. So if we hit this blue one here, let's go ahead and hit it. We're going to get this warning that, you know, if you have bad internet, you know, it might not work. So if you hit that, now this is a quick scan of the auction house. This does just a fast scan all the way through. And if you have, you know, kind of a bad internet or shitty internet or slow internet, like I do for right now, then, you know, a lot of times it'll crash and not work. So if I hit stop, okay, and then I hit play. Now this is going to start a full scan. Takes a little bit more time, usually about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how big the auction house is. But what this does is it scans the auction house, and it scans for every single item in game and the prices they're going for. Now, once we do this, for 4 days minimum, preferably at least a week before we actually start, is it builds a database. And it's building to, so it can see what prices are going for, if they're going up, if they're going down, and then it makes predictions on, where these prices are going to go, if you're going to make money, if you're going to lose money, so forth and so on. And it is phenomenal. So we're going to stop there, and then we're going to really dig into, different aspects of this each video, because there are so many different ways I use this add-on to make gold in game, and usually takes depending on what you're doing, anywhere between 5 minutes to 15-20 minutes, depending on what you're doing. Alright, the other add-on you're going to need is, you see these 3 tabs over here. Now this is Auctionator, a different add-on. Auctioneer, Auctionator. Auctionator is a phenomenal add-on. I use this for all of my buying. I use it for a lot of my selling. And it even has a tab over here, more. And then if I click right here, click for undercuts, it checks every item I have on the auction house for undercuts. If anything's been undercut, it automatically cancels the auction, mails it back to me so I can repost it. This also has a scan feature, but I do not use it. I do not use this to scan. If I am going to sell something with this, let me find something here in my bags. Okay, here is Stormwind, just some food, right? Anytime I sell something with this add-on, I just drop it in, and it automatically scans for everything in the auction house on this. Am I scanning over here? No. Okay, apparently there's nothing. Let's try this potion. Okay, we have a problem. Here, let me close this out. Something ain't working here. Oh, that's why, because... crap. Oh, because that's currently scanning the auction house still. That's why it's not working. Alright, hang on 1 second. I'll be... Okay, so yeah, it would not scan... 2 add-ons cannot scan the auction house at the same time. Basically what was going on there. Okay, so we click our sell tab. Click over here. I want to sell this potion, for instance. And it says there are no current auctions found. Okay, let's see if we can find something else with a better example. How about some bandages? Okay, there's nothing on this fucking auction house. This server sucks. There we go. Okay. We put in our light armor kits, and it scanned the auction house real quick. It told us there's 1 stack of 2 there for 1 gold, 95 silver per piece. So that would, and over here's your buyout at 5 gold. And there's a cheaper one on here. Okay, no, it's not cheaper. Just put it above it for some reason. And that's 8 gold for the entire stack. So it is automatically priced ours for 1 silver cheaper than the lowest. And then we would just hit create 5 auctions, because we want 5 stacks of 1. Or we could just put it all up there and change that to a 1 and change that to a 5. And it automatically priced. Okay, each one's going to be priced at 294, which is 1 silver cheaper. And the whole stack's going to cost you 14 gold. It's a great add-on. I use this for a lot of my selling, and I use it for a lot of buying. It's really simple for buying stuff. And we're going to dig a little bit more into that add-on as well as the series continues, but it is a great, great add-on. Those 2 are absolutely a must for playing the auction house. Third add-on is called Gatherer. Now what Gatherer does is it marks on your mini-map everywhere that there is a place for a spawn point for a resource, like herbs and mining. And if you have Gatherer on, like if you're in a guild and several of your people have, in your guild use Gatherer, then every time they mine a node, it'll automatically go into your database so that your database will remember where it's at. It is a handy add-on, for that. However, with the new cross realms they got going on now, a lack of resources mining, herbalism, all that is non-existent. I mean, it's been so much that I have mined one and ran away, turned in a quest, have to come right back down that same road. So I'm going past it like maybe a minute later, and it's already respawned. So getting resources is a non-problem, non-issue. I mean, you can farm till you're blue in the face now, and that's, in my opinion, the only good thing about this new cross-realm thing. But if you want it, there's a link in the description below for it. I don't use it. I don't farm a whole lot, and then when I do farm, it's just so easy. I mean, it's so quick, it's so easy. Back before the cross realm, you'd have to go around and around and around and around and around and around and around the whole damn zone, trying to find nodes and hopefully get to it before somebody else did. It ain't like that no more. It's so much easier. And the weird thing about it is the prices on those resources have gone up. Like, ore has gone up in price from what it used to be, and it's easier to farm. So the whole supply and demand thing, it's kind of backwards, because it's easier to farm, but it costs more. But farming still isn't fun, which is why the supply is kind of low on a lot of stuff. Alright guys, so we're going to end this video here, because you really need to be scanning the auction house 4 days minimum, a week max, at least 4 days, preferably a week, every day, to build up your database. Once you've done that, once you've started building up that database, you don't have to scan it every single day. I'm up to the point I scan it every other day, maybe every 2 or 3 days. Just to kind of keep it up. But you have to get the initial foundation of it built by building that database and scanning it every day. So, with that said, it's going to be I'm going to wait at least a week before I put out the first guide for making gold with the auction house, so that everybody who's watching this has time to start scanning that, and then we're going to dig into how to use that program to make more gold. So until next time guys, remember, comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the videos, and until next time, I will see you in game.